Everybody wants to be successful, and yet we all have different ideas of what that is. Finding success is the journey we embark upon to go and get what's ours. We are willing to travel down within to find our greatness buried deep inside of us, questioning society's views and flipping the script, putting our own stamp on life. We're here because our future is within our control. Finding success is how we grab hold of what is possible. The relentless pursuit of success starts here. We are Finding Success, and we're here to help break that monotony of your life and help you find your version of success. Welcome back to another episode. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a good week, or hope you're planning to have a good week this week. Today we're going to talk about materialistic things, and whether or not they make you happy, whether or not they actually do anything for you. We're all guilty of wanting, needing, buying materialistic things. That's it. We're just going to discuss it today. It's only me and Luke today.
It is me, Luke.
Talk to me about materialistic things, Luke. What are they? Start off with what are they? Or what can they be?
They could be anything that you have to purchase, really. Anything that you would buy which don't have a true purpose to help you in any way. So, for example, like fancy jewellery, nice cars. You don't need a nice car. You can just drive around in a standard car if you wanted to. Just items or products that don't help you in your day-to-day life.
Oh, okay. That's a good way of saying it. Holidays as well. I'd put holidays in that category.
Would you? I think holidays are quite good, though, because it's nice, relax, reset the brain.
Well, it depends on the holiday, doesn't it?
That is also very true.
Imagine going out. So, me and Luke have just come back from a trip to Dubai, and that to me is like the epicenter of materialistic things.
Oh, 100%.
It's all about looking and being the blokes.
Yeah.
And it's all a bit of a facade, if you ask me.
It's literally just a big show.
It is massive, isn't it? And it's fascinating to see and be a part of. It's like your eyes twinkle every time a supercar goes past.
Yeah.
But it's also like literally set up for that. Do you know how cheap car loans are? So easy to get out there. It's ridiculous. Like you don't even have to have that much like credit or any form of proof. You just have to have a bank statement, so on and so forth. It's mad. It's really scary. I suppose
it's just their way of like showing the world, "Oh, look at us,"
hyping up. Yeah, making it look more attractive. Because then people travel. Because it's as I said, it's the epicenter of so many cultures and that go to Dubai from all around the world. And they want to look as balling as they can do. And I'll be honest, I was out there and I wanted to be more baller than I am. I spent some money because
it does draw you in there, doesn't it? That's the thing. Like. You just feel like you're missing out, and don't get me wrong, some of the stuff that's out there is really nice.
Yes.
But 9 times out of 10, it's out of your price bracket.
But because you're out there, you go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that's the epicenter of materialistic things. When I think of materialistic things to me, so I used to have a shoe addiction. I used to
it was a big one as well.
A big addiction to buying loads of like sneakers or trainers and so on and so forth. Nike, Adidas, any of the big brands. I used to think it was a source of happiness for me. I used to think I'd buy a pair of shoes, make me really happy, and I could put them on my feet and just wear them once. I keep them immaculate as well. That was a big thing for me. I had to keep them
yes.
immaculate.
Well, you're still the same today. You're still
you
hate wearing trainers, which you bought. It's like
I don't like getting them dirty, but that's because they're nice shoes and I spent a lot of money on them, man. So I used to think I got like a source of happiness from them because and I think that came from wearing them out and people recognising that they were like nice shoes or rare shoes.
So it was like gratification from other people.
Yeah.
You wanted other people to feel like they're noticing you more.
Yeah, essentially. Don't get me wrong, it was still for me. The shoes were still for me, but I just knew if someone in the sneaker community knew what they were, you get a bit of, is it respect or I don't know, you get a bit of like, nice crepes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think part of me, and I was just trying to impress people that I didn't know, didn't really like. I don't know, it's a weird.
I think that's what it kind of comes down to as well, really, isn't it? It's like you're always trying to do it for, well, maybe not you, but like other people might be doing it for other people. to like show off or anything. Like
Yeah.
you might have Joe Bloggs who goes out and gets a really nice like Rolex, and then the next week you're like, oh, I need to one up him. So then you go out and get like a Audemars Piguet or something a bit more expensive.
And it just continues like that. Just
Yeah.
build and build and build. To the point where you're just trying to build your whole lifestyle around.
Yeah, it's
trying
just,
to impress people.
yeah, it's just like a big competition, like who's got the best things.
And do you think that makes people happy?
I think people perceive it as happiness, but deep down, who knows? Like, I know myself, like, I like to buy nice, fancy stuff, but at the same time, like, a week later, I'm like, why have I bought that? It's a lot of money, and I'm not really going to get the use out of it, or I'm not going to use it as much as I should do, or stuff like that.
Okay.
It's like, one aspect, yeah, it's nice having it, but then the other's like, is it actually financially worth me spending my hard-earned money on something?
It's tough, isn't it?
But then someone else might enjoy that. They might just work just so they can buy themselves nice stuff.
Oh, I definitely think that happens. I think people do literally work to live a lifestyle that they want to live. I don't think they necessarily work for pleasure or enjoyment or anything like that. I think they go out there to live a certain lifestyle.
But it's funny you say that. So I was talking to someone the other day, and he was like, oh yeah, I work 2 jobs. The first job pays for my house and everything, and then my second job's just a part-time extra job so I can pay for my nice stuff.
Wow.
And they're there like with a Louis Vuitton bag and stuff like that. And you're like, is it really worth your time and effort working all those hours just to maybe have one glimpse of someone in the street saying, "Oh, nice bag"? So going back to you then, Butson, you mentioned with your trainers that you believed it was happiness. So what was it that made those doubts in your head which you didn't think you were happy?
Good question. So yeah, when I was buying the shoes, I always got I did get some satisfaction out of it. I loved having the new shoes, loved having them in my hand, putting them on my feet. It was great. But deep down, it was starting to affect me. And I didn't realise this at the time. It took a long time for me to... Looking back, I've realised this happened. So I've always had this goal to be wealthy, have businesses, and be who I want to be, not be an employee for the rest of my life. And you live a good lifestyle, live a wealthy lifestyle. And I think a part of me thought buying the shoes was me starting that lifestyle, me trying to be a part of that, and me chasing it, and almost getting closer to it. But in reality, all it was doing was putting me further and further in debt. I was spending all the money I had excess on shoes and some, loading up the credit card, and that was putting me further away from my goal of being wealthy and independent and not needing a boss or a job. And I think I didn't realise at the time, but that was playing on me more. So having that drowning feeling in debt and not being able to do not living what I truly want to live like, I feel like buying the shoes would sort of cover that, would patch it up, put a little plaster on that damage for a bit, make me feel good about myself again. And then it would start coming back around again. I'd start paying off the money and so on and so forth. And then I'd be like, oh, damn, this sucks. Go buy another pair of shoes. So I think that's how I got so many.
So it's like a little cycle you got yourself into.
A really bad cycle that spiraled.
To cheer yourself up, you'd buy shoes, but to buy the shoes, you're putting yourself in more debt.
Yeah, which has upset me. So to cheer myself up,
I
buy more shoes. And I don't think I'm the only person out there that's done that. I think that's quite a common thing to happen. And I was only not recent, but when I started this journey of trying to better myself, that I realised that's what I was doing. And don't get me wrong, I still absolutely love shoes, and I still will buy shoes.
Yeah.
Like, that is still going to happen, but these days I'm thinking I've prioritised other things. Buying shoes is very low on my prioritisation list. I'm actually very happy with the shoes I've got, so... I don't know, I'm very conservative wearing them now, so I don't wear the fancy ones all the time. I only wear, I try to wear basic shoes now all the time. So I still get the satisfaction out wearing the nice ones every now and then.
Yeah.
But I don't ruin them, so I keep them for longer. They're just fresher for longer.
How do you manage to actually get out of that cycle though? Because I know it could be quite a hard thing to get out of, because like you see yourself buying these nice trainers, but then obviously on the flip side, you're getting yourself in more debt. But to make yourself happy because you're in debt, you're buying more trainers. So like, what was the thing that actually made you realise and get out of that cycle?
It was when I started this process of trying to be better. Early lockdown. No, it wasn't early lockdown because I was still buying shoes in lockdown. It was towards the end of the lockdown in 2020. I wanted to get a hold of my finances and start the training life I wanted. And I realised that was not the way. Like, shoes were the complete opposite way. It made me feel good, but it was like taking me further away. It was pulling me, it was taking the wrong exit off the motorway.
Yeah.
So I realised I need to stay on the motorway and just focus on this. And that's all I did. Just shut them out of my life. In fact, so I think I created the environment for myself so I couldn't get addicted to shoes as well. So on my phone, I had about 9 different apps. All different sneaker apps. I had Nike, Adidas, StockX, like Hype, any app that had something to do with shoes on, or something to do with shoe related, I had, and I was always on them. They were constantly up on my phone. I'd open my phone, instead of checking Instagram, I'd be checking the shoe sites, just seeing what's new, what's coming out, when it's releasing. So one of the first steps I did to like break the addiction was delete them, get rid of them.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with them.
It's quite a big step though. At the same time,
it needed to be. If I didn't, I think I'd still be buying shoes like mad. Yeah, I think I realised it needed to be because it was. It just needed to be. So yeah, deleted everything off the phone. Just got myself out of there. Unfollowed a load of accounts on Instagram. The Crep Hype crew.
I think they're like the worst, aren't they? When you might just have like a spare couple of minutes in the day, but the first thing you see is a couple of trainers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my Instagram was. It was just full of shoes. And again, so yeah, managed to delete all that, got that off, and out of my mind, and then focused on the other stuff, and I just forgot all about it. And while I've said it earlier, but I'm still a big fan. Yeah. I have downloaded a couple of the apps again to keep an eye on them, but I've managed. It's no longer a habit of buying. It's almost it's a luxury. I consider it a luxury, and I only do it when I almost treat myself. Very rarely. I haven't done it for over a year now, which is quite sad.
But it also sounds like you're using it to fill your time up.
Yeah.
Because obviously now you've filled your time with other things which are more productive. Obviously that time's always been there, but you just filled it with looking and buying trainers instead.
Spot
so
on.
you just prioritise your time more wisely as well.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it like that. That's a good point. I suppose you're right. When I was filling my feed and my time up with shoes, yeah, I guess you're right. I had to fill it with something. I did fill it with something. I filled it about trying to learn about the financial markets, which obviously took a lot of attention away. And maybe that was part of the fix, refocusing that time. That's a really good point. I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, it's definitely taking my attention away from the shoes and refocusing on what I truly wanted, because the shoes were a distraction or what I thought was going down the right road. And learn about the financial markets. I think to this day, I still think that that's the right road for me. It's the road I want to go down, which makes me happy. And I think, yeah, you got to fill it with the right thing. You can't just fill it with another addiction.
Yeah.
It's got to be something that fulfills you. You get.
But I think a lot of other people can be in the same situation where it is just for them another distraction as well. Like, they might have not found that thing they truly want to do yet, so they've still got this extra time in their day. And instead of actually finding what they truly want to do in life, or, well, not just life, but with the extra time to fulfill it more, with more purpose, they just end up going onto a site and buying stuff.
Yeah. So if you are listening, you want to break some sort of habit like this, I think you've nailed it on the head. You need to almost find where your values are in life and prioritise them accordingly. So if you have something like wealth building or a business or something at the top end of or even family at the top end of your values, you shouldn't be prioritising the shoe buying or the luxury goods or the materialistic things.
Yeah.
They should be way down the order, and only when you've fulfilled all these values, like in that particular moment, you should then look for that materialistic.
You also might find as well, once you've found what you're passionate about to fill your time with, you might soon realise that you're not then interested in all this materialistic things.
Yeah.
Because you might come to a realisation that it's not actually what you want. So then, in the end, you don't actually end up going to buy.
It was just a short-term high.
Yeah.
That you've managed to break away from. And so now, when I go to buy a pair of shoes, it's actually really, really satisfying. Like, even more satisfying than when it gave me that quick fix, that quick high, the good feeling it gave me, because I know it's not putting me in a worse situation.
Yeah.
I've planned it. I knew I was going to do it. It's not just a whim thing. I don't know. It's just a better feeling because I'm in the right position to be able to do it. And I think that's more satisfying for me, knowing it's not taking me away from my goal. I'm still on the right road. Just I get that nice pair of shoes every now and then.
Yeah.
So that is about it for this episode. But if you do find yourself in a situation similar to myself, with the shoes and so on, but with your own personal thing, whether it's makeup or whether it's shoes or holidays, whatever it is, try and take a step back, have a look at what you're doing, like from a non-biased perspective. It's really hard to do, but just do your best to have a look at it.
Yeah, just take 30, it's just 30 minutes of your day, write a list out of all your most important things, all your biggest values, put them in order, and then you can just go from there.
And yeah, it'll tell you whether or not if it's truly making you happy. So that's all life's about. Anyway, have you got anything else to add?
No, I'm done on this episode.
Okay. Right, as always, guys, follow us on Instagram, DM us, get involved, tell us what you want to hear about. We're here for you if you need us. Success is available for everybody, so why should you settle for less?